with Cleveland Police Detective Stephen Loomis. He's president of the Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association. Detective, thanks so much for coming in.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. So detectives, as Sarah was laying out, the police chief says they were able to make contact with him early on his cell phone, but they still don't know where he is. What should that tell people?
Well, he could be here in Cleveland, holed up somewhere. He could be anywhere in the country. He got his 10 minutes of fame, unfortunately. Our hearts and prayers go out to Mr. Goodwin's family. This is absolute tragedy, but this is a tragedy that occurs in these cities every single day. This one, unfortunately, was broadcast on Facebook, and his world's going to get very, very short, very, very small, very, very quickly, with federal, state, and local agencies across this country looking for him. So,
I actually wanted to ask you about those exact words. We heard one of the officials at this press conference with the U.S. Marshal Service. He was basically the exact same thing, that this individual's world is going to get very, very small. What does that mean, Detective?
Well, when you have federal, the resources of the federal government and federal law enforcement agencies, state police across this country, local police, you have so many people out looking, and the law-abiding citizens, I might add. I mean, we've gotten thousands of tips from people calling our 911 system, and we check up on every single one of them to locate this individual, and that's what that means. Pete Elliott is a great U.S. Marshal out here, and we're lucky to have him helping us out with this.
Detective, the fact that he has not been located with all of the resources that you're talking about looking for him, does that tell you that someone has to be helping him?
Well, that's like reading tea leaves. He could have committed suicide and is in a garage somewhere and somebody hasn't found him. We really don't know. I'll tell you this, if somebody is aiding and abetting him, they're going to be held responsible, and they're going to be held responsible in a very major way. So the best thing for anybody that has contact with this suspect to do is to call 911, call the FBI, call the Marshal Service, and get that information to the authorities. And if he doesn't want to give himself up, we'll go find him. And we are going to find him, rest assured.
And Detective, one of the horrible things about this additionally is that there is this one confirmed death that was what he posted. But also in his postings, Stevens said that he had killed dozens of people. He had actually offered a couple different numbers in who he'd said he had killed. Are police taking that seriously, or do they think that that's made up?
Well, we absolutely are taking it seriously, and we've followed up on everything that he said in his original post. We've gone through vacant houses here in the city of Cleveland. We've looked in every possible place that we could look, and we fortunately we haven't found any evidence to confirm those multiple deaths. It's just Mr. Goodwin at this point.
Yeah. I guess if you have to find anything that's a silver lining, I guess maybe that has not panned out yet.
Yeah, I can tell you this. There's not a law enforcement officer or a law-abiding citizen in this country that does not want to find this individual and bring him to justice. And we're going to do that. And we're going to do that with the help of the citizens. So,
well, we'll continue to show his picture to get that word out and try to spread the word. Detective, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much, ma'am.